Hi, I'm Nate. Thanks for stopping by. When I was a kid, I had no video game consoles growing up, but I still tried to immerse myself in video games as much as possible. Whether that meant going to the houses of extended family or friends, or buying silly merchandise like Mario stickers or a bookmark, or even trying to glean as much information about a game as possible, even if it turns out that information was false rumors from the playground. But the other thing I didn't have growing up was cable. So that meant on Saturday mornings after the cartoons had ended, I would play with my micro machines and put on WWF Superstars in the background. But when that show ended, it was pretty much the Wild West from that point on. I would channel surf not knowing what I would find. Maybe it would be a boring local variety talent show like Al Albert's Showcase, or a movie that may or may not be appropriate for an 8-year-old to be seeing. So you can imagine my excitement when I was channel surfing and found a show that was giving away passwords about video games. I was blown away. I couldn't believe there was a show about something I loved giving away such top secret information, or at least what felt like top secret information to an 8-year-old. I soon found out that show was GamePro TV, a first-run syndicated program that aired from 1991 to 1992. GamePro TV was originally hosted by J.D. Roth and Brennan Howard, before Roth became the show's sole host.
I'm J.D. Roth. J.D. Stop! And I'm Brennan.
The series was based on GamePro magazine, which launched 3 years earlier to offer hints and tips for consoles from that generation, like the NES, Game Boy, Genesis, and TurboGrafx-16, to name a few, along with reviews and news covering the latest console and arcade games. Each episode featured a variety of segments, many of them repurposed from the magazine itself, like SWAT, which had the hosts jumping into the game world to provide passwords.
Use this password and skip straight to level 8.
Pro Review, as the name suggested, reviewed the latest video game releases.
I was just checking out what the magazine had to say about Alien 3 for the Genesis game system. Stuff is very scary.
Ask the Pros, where viewers sent in questions on how to beat sections of games.
Hi, my name is Matthew Peckman from Miami, Florida. I have a question for the GamePro Pros regarding the Nintendo game Maniac Mansion.
And Pro Challenge Board, where viewers submitted their game completion accomplishments, similar to the magazines that showcased the top scores from readers.
I'm Tim Zeldboom from Cedar Grove, Wisconsin, and I finished Double Dragon 2 for the NES.
All right, happening scores today. Good gaming, you guys. Oh yeah, your GamePro magazine subscriptions are on the way, all right?
Every episode was bright and a bit chaotic, drenched in that ever-present early 90s Southern California surfer aesthetic, as was the style at the time. I could only dream of being that cool. For a kid like me, it felt perfect. But watching it back now, it's a bit cringe-inducing.
What you wanted for today? I'm sorry it's late, but Marvin was assigned to do it.
Hey, it's the Marvin.
Marvaroo.
Marv Meister.
Doing the Marv thing.
Although that iteration of the show ended in 1992, it was revived a couple times afterward. First, in 1996, with host Rick Party, and again in 1998, this time with Michael Komisar, taking over hosting duties. Each version serves as a fascinating time capsule, capturing the video games and trends of its respective era. Do you remember any of these iterations of this program? Do you remember the program at all? Do you remember any of the other shows about video games, like Nick Arcade or Video Power? I'd love to hear your memories and what you have to say. Well, that's all I got for you this time, but we'll talk again soon.